Hello, it's me, Luna. How are you today? I have decided to start doing a new project. This project is going to be called Luna's Art Archive Project, and it is a way for me to showcase my finished artwork just so that I have a way to save it forever. So I hope that you enjoy. Hello, and welcome to my art archive project. Today, I'm going to be looking at a house that I did for my guildie, Switsgar. I did this house a very long time ago. It was probably like the third or fourth house I ever did. So a lot of the things, a lot of the tricks that I used to know how to do, or that I know how to do now, I didn't know how to do that then. So a little bit more simple than what you might be used to, not as much detail as what I usually give. So the house is owned by Switsgar. It is at 1 Freedom Road and in Freeport. And it's one of the, what is it? It's like 6 bedrooms or something like that, or whatever. But I just want to let you know that this house is unfinished at the moment. I do not currently have plans to start working on it again. This house is one that I had started a long time ago, but then Switz had to switch servers and things like that, so I wasn't able to finish. So I have so many other projects at the moment that this is not in my current plans, but I did want to show what I have currently done and so far and go from there. And also I wanted to show you there are some things that Switz has actually done in here, so we'll showcase that as well. All right, so let's start off inside the main room. If you know the Freeport houses at all, you know that this room is a little bigger than what it ended up being in here. This guy has just floated in from nowhere. But anyways, this room got a little smaller because I really, really, really wanted to use these Broken Skull weapon crates. I loved the blue-green that's on the corners and the design. And because this is I don't use the layout editor, I couldn't put them inside the wall very far, so they stuck out quite a lot and took a lot of the space in the room. But I didn't care because I was obsessed. And then so to keep I wanted this brown and this teal theme going, I used redwood on the walls. And then I created this feature on the floor that I just love, and I'm probably going to replicate in another house where I use these Freeport tables and then this rug, and it just matched so well with everything. I loved it. Switsgar has added this fire pit in and this chest, so that is new. This is either the first. Oh, you know what, little dude, you need to move. Shoo. Do something. Go away. He's just floating around. This is one of the first, if not the first, fish tank I ever built. I had seen lots of fish tanks built, so I figured, well, heck, I could do it myself. And so I used the vampiric mirrors and a lot of the stuff that Switz already had in his inventory, especially these 3 things up here. They added lighting to the fish tank and plus the little sparkles to kind of make it look more like water. And I just thought it was a very cute little first time fish tank. And of course I kept the Broken Skull crate theme all the way through. I remember when I built this place that I had no idea. I did not know how to build my own couch. And this was the best matching couch that I could find. I wanted something with the teal in it, of course, but I couldn't get anything with teal in it. So it ended up just being this matte blue color. Kind of goes in here. You know, if I ever get back to this house, I probably will build my own couch and fix that up. Just so you know, this is one of my favorite what are they called? Banners in the game. I love the brown and the gold, and it just looks so nice. This fireplace, I love this fireplace. Now, obviously, it is, you know, you can see through it up here. I flipped the counter over, and I was like, oh, people aren't going to notice that it's see-through. But again, this is one of my earlier works. Again, if I go back to this house, I will definitely put another counter on top and fix that so that it's not quite so unfinished looking. I kept with the Broken Skull theme here again with the teal in the background and then of course the ship's wheel in front. I loved the rounded nature of the fireplace. It's very open. You can see that there's not a lot of detail. Usually I would have like a chimney going on. I'd have black circles so it looks like the chimney smoke was going up there, but again, this is my earlier work. So I loved the blue fire. It kept with the whole theme of the room. So moving on, this room over here is just a very simple room. It's for his sales crates. He wanted to have an area where people could go to buy stuff. Little house actor, little cutesy thing. I have way better outfits now that I could change her into. But back then I didn't. It was just a very simple room, but my favorite part was this wall. I had never built a wall before out of paintings or carvings, rather. And I was just so proud of myself and how cool it turned out. And I love the other side of it. You know, this is something if I got more of these carvings, I would probably build another wall out of just because it has such interesting detail on the back. And I love it a lot. And then so to have it inside here too, it just looks very cool. I thought so anyway. So the kitchen, Switsgar has been able to come in and has changed a little bit to match his taste more. Because at the time when I was working on it, I was just trying to get it done. I had liked the color combination that I had done in here, but he did not. And that's, you know, when you do a project for somebody else, you don't always know exactly what they're going to like. So he was able to come in and fix a few things. So I'll show you, I'll show you that in just a second. This little plant guy down here, when I first done this house, I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy matches the color scheme in here perfectly. I love him. He's going to go on top of the table and just look like a plant. Well, guess what? Pets fall through things, and I didn't realize that. So he's just always been underneath the table since that day, hanging out. I added this little gear detail to the top of the table. Oh, look at that. Little snail guy coming out, hanging out. Lots of cool things. So the floor, I love this floor. I would use this tile again. I always forget about it, though, which is a shame because it's such a nice tile. And so my original design was kind of trying to match this particular carving, and then also using all this, what is it, the Switsgar stuff, because he had so much of it. And so I figured I would just, oh, that might actually be Switsgar. Hold on. I had built the place out of gingerbread and these green crates and the blue marble to match. But he did not like so much gingerbread. It was a lot of yellow. So he changed it to the mossy briarwood, which I actually really like. I did not think about that. This green cupboard looks well with the mossy briarwood. So that is something that if I get in here to change, I would definitely redo this entire kitchen, get rid of the Switsgar stuff, and just make it look nice. So the stove over here is I do this type of stove very often. Some like a boxy shape. I use these bases sunk down as, you know, the heaters, and then a inkwell for the knob, and that's just kind of what I use all the time for my stoves, but this is one of my favorites out of the Switsgar stuff. And then, of course, my fridge. I think this was the very first fridge that I ever built. I was so proud of it. I cannot remember if I purchased this bookshelf thing or if this was something that Switz had in his inventory, but I do know that I think I went and looked it up to get more of them, and they were, well, at the time, super expensive, which was probably like 50 plat or something like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting here at 2 plat. Huh? How am I ever going to afford that? The thing in the back there is actually one of those, they like glow things. They hang down and they're supposed to be like spider sacks or something like that. And they illuminated this refrigerator very, very nicely in this space. So I was very pleased with how that turned out. So then moving on upstairs, this is very unfinished up here. Let me just show you this window that I had done. I very much liked all the details. I was going to add more to it and make it look, you know, have a lot more stuff added into it, but I hadn't quite gotten there yet. Oh, there we go. That's disappearing. There it is. I knew I had more here. That's what it was. I had sunk this thing in this altar into the window, but obviously, as you can see, it's disappearing. So that's something that would have to be fixed. There's also a table over here that does the same thing. It just keeps disappearing. I don't know where it is. Glitchy, glitchy house. Okay. So this is one of my favorite rooms that I have ever done. I know I usually say I hate sumac, but at the time I really liked sumac, and adding this red frame detail in just to me made the whole room. I loved how dark and just elegant that this room turned out. I went with the green theme, green and black in the sumac, brown in here. This ceiling is one of my favorite ceilings I have ever done. I just think it looks so luxurious, and I had so much fun doing it. At first I tried to put picture frames up on the ceiling, which I could do that now, but back then it was such a pain. I was so disappointed that I had to use these sumac rails, but it turned out pretty anyways, so I'm okay with it. And then his bed, he wanted kind of a sexier bed. So we have like the crazy bondage thing, and I use these sexy and wine racks. And this was actually the first bed that I ever built. All the other beds that I ever done was just ones that were pre-made. And so I was very, very proud of myself for this bed. I don't even know what this white thing is here. Switz or somebody has added this mat and this mat. I'm not sure what they're doing, but that's added stuff to the house. So hey, why not, right? And then of course this cool little bathtub feature with the little sexy snake lady. I loved these curtains in the background. Had a lot of fun putting those up, and then the green and black candles, which just really matched. Which now that I look at it, need to be sunk down a little bit. But again, this was a very, very old house. These stairs, one of my favorite stairs. I've been trying to find a reason to have to use these crates again in a house, but since I don't really use sumac anymore, they haven't really matched with anything that I've done. But they lead up to literally one of my favorite rooms I ever did, which is this bathroom. I loved the white brick with this colorful Coldane stuff. I just think it was such a manly looking bathroom, and I had so much fun doing this. I kind of used this painting as inspiration for it, but my favorite feature in this whole bathroom is over here. It's the faucet, and I used an altar that has this peacock detail at the very top, and I sunk them down, and then I put these scrolls on the side for the knobs, and so the sink is cock and balls. Get it? So, for a man's bathroom, it works out perfect, right? Now, obviously, you can tell this is an older house. I would never let this fly with this stuff sticking through now, but back then it was like, oh my gosh, I love this bathroom. I also love this toilet with the horn detail. I wouldn't mind doing another man's bathroom and using this same thing. I love how it indents here, so it seems like it's a lot more comfy to sit on. And, you know, I would love to do that. And you can see I've always done this whole hiding the candy inside the trash to make it look like trash in there. And I think in every house that I make a toilet in, I always have the toilet paper roll made out of a cup. And it's just, you know, one of those signature things that I do in pretty much every house that I build. If it has a bathroom or if it has a trash can, it's going to have trash in it. And it's going to have a cup for the toilet paper, which I thought I was so innovative. When I did that, I was like, nobody's ever thought of toilet paper before. That was before I knew about the whole decorating community and knew that they had, you know, they were very, very innovative way before I was innovative. So, but yeah, so that's it. So that's Switsgar's house. I will be showcasing more houses coming soon. So I hope that you enjoyed this little video. And let's get her to say bye here. So thank you very much and have a good day.